Hey guys, welcome back. I'm trying to get some light but not give y'all a glare. Well, you know what, hopefully that works. Welcome back. This is going to be a quick spread for, well, not a spread, it's going to be a quick two-card pull for this new moon and eclipse that we just had, giving some insight into what to expect over the next 6 months as far as the theme goes by way of this solar eclipse in Aries energy, okay? These readings are going to be for sun, moon, and rising signs, but they will probably more than likely really resonate with your moon sign. But listen to all three of them if you need. It is general. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, okay? Before I get, while I'm shuffling, actually, we're going to start because the new moon and eclipse was in Aries. We are going to start with Aries. Does that brown show up? Yes, it does. Awesome. So we are going to start with Aries. Before I get started, well, while I'm shuffling, I will tell you guys everything that SunshinehazeCo has going on right now. We did just have a new moon. If you want a personal new moon reading, you can actually get one of those by subscribing to one of the, I believe there are 3 Patreon tiers that have the new moon readings. I mean, that is the only way that you can get a new moon, a personal new moon reading. For me, I do not offer that one as a separate reading. We did just have an eclipse. I also have an eclipse reading as well. And we are now in retrograde season. Well, we never really left retrograde season, but it feels like retrograde season for real because we are, because we got Mercury in retrograde. So I do have a Mercury retrograde, or just if you want to do a different planet, I have a retrograde reading. And all of those readings you can find through the link in my bio. Once you click on the link, it takes you to all of my other links. And I believe it is the first or second one. It says something like personal tarot spreads or personal tarot readings. And when you get to the page, just click on the drop down menu and select the reading that you want. There's a description of all of the readings that I offer in there as well too. Okay. Welcome everybody. Thank you. Thank you for popping in. This is not going to be a free yes or no question. This is a specific read for the Aries new moon and eclipse that we have coming up. If you like a personal reading, check out those links that I was just mentioning and you can book one that way. All right. So we are going to see what's in store for Aries sun, moon, and rising for this Aries eclipse cycle. Okay. So that is over the next 6 months. So I'm going to pull cards basically just for the themes of change that you can be expecting over the next 6 months. Okay. All right. What is in store for Aries sun, moon, and rising placements by way of this eclipse in their sign? And we are just getting started, so I haven't done any other signs yet. This Aries is number 1. You got the South Node and you've got the Priestess. Okay, this does not surprise me, Aries, okay? So with this being these 2 cards coming up here for you guys, let's remember that this is your eclipse. So this is literally a very transformative, very shifty time. And I hate to say that, but it's a very shifty time in you guys' lives. And that's because things are shifting for you. Anytime you fall on your eclipse axis with your sun, moon, or rising sign, it's like a personal reset. So the next 6 months for people with those sun, moon, and rising Aries placements is going to feel like a big personal reset for you. And I actually just did, I don't know what I think I just wrote something, a blog or something, where I was talking about this being a very karmic time for people. So Aries, for you, that is going to be a very karmic time for you. You got life's debts and the Priestess. So this is a confirmation card for me, okay? And the South Node speaks to, personal karma, the things that you have to repay or the things that you are being rewarded for. So just because it says life's debts doesn't mean that it's going to be a hard, rocky, rough, shaky time. But I will say, Aries, if you've been moving funny up until now, you're going to see a return on that kind of karma over the next 6 months. And it's going to come in by way of people moving with you the way you were moving with them, okay? If you have been putting in work and putting out, genuine, positive, loving energy over the next 6 months, you're going to start to receive, you're going to start to see a return on all of that good karma that you put out there. So it's whichever way it rocks is going to be coming in for you. And this is the High Priestess coming up for me is just really confirmation saying that this is definitely a time of alignment for you. Karmic cycles. I see the like infinity symbol. So things coming around full, it's not a circle, but things coming around full circle for you. Okay. And I think that's really all I get for Aries. These are going to be very quick general spreads. So that is the theme for you over the next 6 months by way of the eclipse for you. You're really tapping into your energy, coming into personal alignment with what's best for your highest good and the highest good of everybody that you're involved with, okay? And just kind of resetting your energy, bringing you back into balance. Remember that you guys are opposite Libra as well, okay? Okay. And again, if you want a more, these are general, if you want a more personal, in-depth eclipse reading, you can book one with me through the link in my bio. Well, there's links once you hit that link. And if you are in Aries and enjoyed that spread, do me a favor and send me some likes, some love, some roses, whatever you should feel inclined to do. Follow me, share the video. You know what, let's clear this so we know which sign we're reading for. Never fails. My neighbors, well, I guess they're not my neighbors anymore, but they just moved out and a lot of work to be done in that apartment. But like, gosh, maintenance, because it is maintenance. This apartment complex is cheap. They ain't gonna hire real contractors. Maintenance makes so much noise over there. So I apologize if you hear banging in the background. Nothing exciting is happening. Just maintenance clumsily doing a job they're not supposed to be doing. And you know what? I hope whoever moves in over there, because it is Mercury retrograde, I hope all that shit falls apart. Like, I hate this complex with every ounce of my being, and I am so ready to move. I'm like, I'm not renewing my lease again this year. All right, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. What does this eclipse season have in store for you? In store for people with Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements. By way of this Aries eclipse, it's unfolding over the next 6 months for these people. For these Taurus placements. You've got Saturn and you've got the Page of Emotions, which is the Page of Cups. So in this deck, it comes with the message of truth, but I am a Saturn individual. My chart is ruled by Saturn, so I always read Saturn with the energy of karma. Like karma, truth. Taurus, what you've got, the energy with these cards is this eclipse is illuminating the truth, literally the truth for you. It's almost like you're going to have these epiphanies, these realizations, figuring out everything that you truly and honestly need for whatever it is that you want to play out in your life, okay? I get a similar message to Aries where there's a bit of a return on karma for you, but I get that more so in a sense of like the things that you're passionate about, the things that you've been working on. I just looked up and it is 111 where I'm at. And so there's big manifestation energy there for you. I'm like, why can't I talk? Mercury goes into retrograde today. I am stumbling over my words, like tripping over my tongue. Big manifestation energy here for you, Taurus. What I do get is that because you have the Page of Cups, there's a possibility that things that you have been either manifesting or secretly wanting to manifest, if you get what I'm saying, like things you've been thinking about that you may not think were even possible. Like let's go as far as like your wildest dreams. These things starting to become, sorry, let me reword that. The path to these things starting to become clear for you, okay? I also get that because this is a court card, there could be somebody coming in with a message. I get for somebody, and again, this is a very specific message. When I get the specific ones, I do read them. For some of you, there could be like, I get like a child coming in, or like somebody around you having a child that you really care about, or is like a very important kid in your life over the next 6 months, whatever that may mean. But going back to speaking generally, something that you are very passionate about, and the way to get to it or to tap into it becoming visible to you. See what I mean? And I'm sorry, that's another reason I'm tripping over my words, is because they're making so much noise. Like, what could you possibly be doing? Like, you don't have to build anything in these apartments. Like, y'all just need to clean. What are you doing? Sorry. I also get that there could possibly be somebody coming in with an opportunity for you. One that carries big water sign energy in their one that carries water sign energy in their big three. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces are just very prominent water energy in their chart. More feminine energy, doesn't have to be a woman or a female. But just somebody who carries more feminine, more soft energy, and they could be a little bit younger or a bit more youthful. They could be coming in with an opportunity for you, or you could be working very closely with them and planting seeds of a foundation that you were supposed to be receiving a very abundant return on, okay? And that's all I got for Taurus. Very quick, fast, and easy, okay? All right, if you are just popping in, I have done Aries and Taurus. These are very quick spreads, or not, I'm not even gonna call them spreads. These are very quick readings for the Aries new moon and solar eclipse that we just had. 2 card pulls, Oracle and Tarot. If you want a more in-depth personal reading, I do have an eclipse reading that you can book with me, and you can find all that through the link in my bio. Okay, let's shuffle these cards here and get into Gemini. Gemini sun, moon, and rising for... There's so many astrological things going on. I forgot what I was reading for a second. Also, I feel like there is a residual of 420 celebrations happening with me right now. Like, I feel like I'm still high. But that's okay. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. And there's an eclipse. I'm also sleepy. The eclipses be taking me out. Like, I wanted to power through work yesterday, and I did not. I said, I'm just going to take a nap, which is why I'm doing these readings today. I wanted to do these last night, but we're not too far behind. Okay. Gemini, sun, moon, rising. What is in store for this Aries eclipse? What's unfolding for the next 6 months for people with those placements? And I know I don't have a lot of viewers right now because it's the middle of the workday. And so if you have like a 9 to 5, you are not on TikTok right now. But I did want to get these up. If you miss your reading, you can find this replay on YouTube in a couple of hours, okay? And my YouTube is linked on my TikTok page. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. What is in store for this eclipse season? Aries eclipse season. Thank you for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. Okay, we've got Leo and the 5 of Emotions, which is the 5 of Cups. For anybody who likes these cards, I am reading with the Black Moon Astrology Oracle and the Muse Tarot deck. You've got I Will and the 5 of Emotions, the 5 of Cups. So Gemini, what I get for you guys over the next 6 months is this energy. The best way I can put it is being back on your bully, like remembering who you are, like, and what you're capable of, and what you have to offer. I get a sense that for some of you guys, there maybe has been an energy where you felt like your spark has been a little stifled, or even maybe put out. Like somebody just said to your little flame. I almost did it, but then I would have to light my candle again. Somebody just said to your little flame, and for whatever reason, it's been hard for you you know, I'm going to show you an example because this lighter was giving me problems earlier. This is the type of energy that I got. For real, you want to work now? Okay. Well, we're going to use a different one. I'll show you this one. So it's like, you see how it's kind of sparking and then it lights a little bit and then it goes out? That's the kind of energy that I'm kind of picking up for you, Gemini, is that, you know what you're capable of. You know what you have to, like, it's like, you know, you're the whole package. You're aware of it. But for whatever reason, you haven't been able to step into that power, step back into that energy. Over the next 6 months, whatever has been clouding up your vision, making it hazy, making it hard for you to get into those spaces is going to be dissipating for you. What I will say, though, with the 5 of emotions, the 5 of cups coming up with this, is that you're going to have to cut a lot of cords, make a lot of changes, and release a lot of things. Things is what I wanted to say, but behaviors was about to slip off of my tongue. So Gemini, just keeping it very real. I keep my readings very, very real. There are possibly behaviors aside from what I was just talking about that maybe have contributed to you being in this space. Like maybe people's reactions to you are based off of how you have been causing them, and their reactions have been making you feel like your flame has been being put out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we create our own obstacles. So for some of you Geminis, some behaviors that need to be released, all of these things are going to be popping up over the next 6 months or so, right? And with the 5 of cups, it's like, okay, you're carrying this stuff around, you're carrying these behaviors around, you're carrying these feelings around, you're carrying all of these attachments, these cords of attachment around. What is truly serving you and what's not? And when you realize what isn't serving you, and you will realize what isn't serving you, because this is an eclipse, this is solar eclipse, so this is really illuminating things for us. You're going to start to, it's 119 where I'm at. I'm big on numerology. That breaks down to 11. That is enlightenment and ascension and healing, okay? When these things start to pop up for you and you release them, you get to tap back into your personal power. Sometimes when you're not moving right, it messes with things in other aspects of your life. So, and it doesn't mean that you're moving bad. It just could mean that you're not taking the necessary steps, but it could also mean that you're moving funny. It just depends on what you got going on in your life. If it resonates, it resonates. So whatever the case may be, it's going to be like a course correction for you over the next 6 months in regards to your own behavior, in regards to the things going on around you and the things that you're attached to. And Gemini, you're going to clearly see what needs to be shifted, what needs to be cut out, what needs to be cleansed, so that you can step away from that 5 of emotions energy and just resonate completely in this Leo I will energy, okay? This breaks down to 18. I didn't realize the numerology on here. That is the number of karma, so return on karma for you guys as well. And like I said, for Pisces and Aries, not Pisces, I'm sorry. Ooh, maybe Pisces got a return on karma coming for them too. But as I said, for Aries and Taurus, whatever you have been putting out is going to be coming back to you. And if it was bad, you'll be learning that lesson. You'll understand. And if it was good, you'll also be learning that lesson too. You'll understand why you're receiving so many blessings. So just keep that in mind. And move through the tough decisions that you have to make, and understand that they just need to be made in order for you to step back into this good, abundant energy. All right. And that is it for Gemini. We are going to get into Cancer next. Thank you guys for the hearts. I appreciate it. And for the likes. 1,000 likes for the middle of the day is not bad. Oh, we're over 1,000 likes. That's, you know what? I ain't even mad at it. Thank you guys. You gotta give yourself more credit where it's due, right? Ooh, I could feel my stomach is about to start growling. I'm gonna go through 6 of these signs, and then I gotta eat me some lunch, and then I'll come back in and do the others. Because I don't want to do 3 videos. I don't want to do 2 videos, but like, the feeling right before your stomach starts to growl, that's where we're at. So I'm like, by the time I get to the 6th reader, my stomach is gonna be talking to me, which is also good for the ancestors in spirit, because if I'm eating close to reading, I will give them a little plate of whatever it is that I'm eating. So they already got their offerings out, but it wasn't nothing too fancy. All right, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, and Cancer Rising. What is this Aries eclipse season bringing in for people with those placements? Give me some good cards, please. Please. For those of you guys that don't know, I am a Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, and Cancer Venus. So I always be wanting good cards for the Cancer pulls. Is that the wind, or are y'all just being reckless outside my door? Y'all are being reckless outside my door, of course. Better tighten up, because they know I love opening my door to cuss people out. My Leo is in Mercury. Cancer Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is in store for eclipse season? That flipped. I'm gonna throw that out. Ooh, we got some more. We got some 11 energy. Okay. Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising. What is in store for eclipse season? Aries solar eclipse season. I'm liking the Justice card. That's another message there. Speaking to karma, guys. This is a big theme for a lot of people. Receiving a return on your karma, whether it be good or bad. Water element and the baby, that's a good Cancer read. Come on with it. We're all up in our element, all up in our bag, right? So we got water element, okay, and you've got the Queen of Emotions, which is the Queen of Cups, and then we had Justice flip out when I was shuffling. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Oh, that's the energy. That's the energy, okay? So Cancer, and this doesn't surprise me actually, because we are a cardinal sign. All of the cardinal signs, Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, more transformative, more so, a little bit, not even more so, but a little bit more prominent for Aries, secondarily Libra, and then third we've got Cancer and Capricorn. So all the cardinal signs are getting really big shifts, big changes in energy, specifically with regard to their selves. And that could be their work, that could be their appearance, that could be their perspective. It just depends on how the eclipse is hitting your chart and lining up with the current transits, right? So over the next 6 months, Cancer, you guys kind of got a little bit of a similar message to Gemini, where it's like, get back on your bully, but it's more so like getting back on your bully, but also stepping into your own, stepping into your personal power, stepping into what's meant for you. I get that for a lot of cardinal signs, especially Cancer, and I can speak to this for myself, that the past couple of years, well, not past couple of years, I would say going back to when we were on the Cancer and Capricorn eclipse axis, which was, I want to say, about a year before Saturn went into Capricorn, or during the time that Saturn went into Capricorn, if I'm remembering correctly. So it's been a rough, tough, and dirty, maybe like 4 or 5 years, and not necessarily, it didn't have to all be bad. I will say that this has probably all been a big learning experience for people with these particular placements. Coming up over this next 6 months is where you get to kind of flow back into yourself. You get to flow back into alignment with your highest good. You get to flow back into, you get to become, what am I looking for? You're getting more in tune with yourself, rediscovering your passions. You have the Queen of Cups here. This also does tell me that there could also be another water sign person outside of you, typically older, possibly older, doesn't have to be a woman, but more feminine energy. Pisces, of course, Cancer or Scorpio, that could be presenting you with an opportunity, or that you could be working closely with, or that could just be a mentor to you over the next 6 months that really puts you in alignment with the things that you're supposed to be in alignment with. Cancer, whatever work you have been doing, whatever energy you have been putting out, you are, and we've got, sorry, give me a second. I be putting, what's it called, restrictions on my social media, because I don't like to be on social media like that. But if I'm bored, I'm gonna scroll and it just kicked me out for a second. So I hope it didn't cut out too much of the message. And I don't even know what I was saying, but over the course of the next 6 months, whatever energy and effort you have been putting out, you are going to see a return on. And I stuttered there because typically when I say that, I say you're going to start to see a return, Cancer. I get the feeling that it's like the floodgates with you. You have the water element here and you've got justice. So it's like, open the floodgates, let it all out, let it all flow. I don't get that it's a start to see a return. I get that one night you might go to sleep and the next morning you might wake up and be in a completely different space in your career, in your life, in your head space, in your heart space. But with all of that to say, alignment is the major theme for you guys over the next 6 months. Alignment and abundance and stepping back into your own personal power. And that's a bomb message for Cancer. I am so happy that Spirit said, okay, you asked for some good cards. We'll give you some good cards. The Tower's on the bottom of the deck. But that doesn't give me, oh my gosh, energy. It's just, you know, like I said, you might go to sleep one night and things are one way and the next morning your life is completely different, but in a good way. You had good cards come out with this. So I'm not even mad to see this Tower card here. And I wasn't gonna look, but something told me to look. Say, what's on the bottom of the deck? And so that's the message, Cancer. That was a good message. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Okay, let's get into Leo here in a second. We did Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Wait, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Okay, 2 more and then I can eat me some lunch. Leo. And I just, if you are not subscribed to my newsletter, go on and click on the link in my bio and scroll down to, like, I don't know what it says, but it's a contact form. Subscribe to Sunshine HazeCo's newsletter. I did send out some free tarot, new moon, and eclipse journal pages. Just for the Aries new moon and a page for the eclipse. I wanted to have this done by the time we had the first Aries new moon, but you know, I am in a space in which I am learning not to rush and to make sure I give all the attention needed to my projects so that they come out the way that I want them to. And if they're not on time, they're just not on time. It is what it is. So I'm aiming for sometime next week that they will be available. But I have a whole lunar tarot journal for the 2023-2024 astrological year for each new moon and full moon and for each eclipse. There's tarot spreads and there's also some blurbs, some information, and some journaling spaces. The moon journal is available in will be available in 3 of my Patreon tiers. If you just want the moon journal for itself, you will be able to buy it. I'm currently trying to decide how much I want to charge for it. With how many pages there are and how much work I've been putting into it, I cannot bring myself to charge $5 for it. So it's going to be over $5, but I don't think that it'll be over $20. But I just haven't decided on a number. But I will keep y'all posted, as you know. I also did just put up a video for Mercury retrograde on my YouTube, an in-depth video, and typically those will be accessible to Patreon subscribers, but I'm in the process of moving a lot of stuff over. So for right now, all the good stuff is still available to everybody, but just know that in probably like a month's time, we're going to get to a point to where y'all going to have to pay for the good stuff and you will only get the free readings if you're able to pop in on my live. All right, Leo sun, Leo moon, Leo rising, Aries, solar eclipse season, what's poppin'? Oh, Jay's Universe is on live. I like her readings, but this is not a collaborative one. It'll be dope to do some readings with her though one day. All right, Leo sun, Leo moon, Leo rising. Aries solar eclipse season. What's in store? What is in store? What's popping for people with these Leo placements over the next 6 months? Lunar eclipse and the Four of Voices. This is a lunar eclipse and the Four of Swords. So, Leo, the message for you, the next 6 months is big, like cleanse energy, big, like I'm shutting down chapters, I'm cutting things off, I'm removing whatever is not needed from my life. You need to create some quiet space for yourself. I get that you might have a lot of clutter, and that could be mental clutter, that could be physical clutter, that could be just, you got a lot of, I just get the energy of you got too much going on, which doesn't surprise me, Leo, because you guys are Leos, and I talk a lot of shit about Leo energy because both of my parents are Leos. So y'all do be doing a little bit too much often. So what I get is over the next 6 months, you guys are going to see where you're exerting your energy and it's not needed. You're going to see where you're just putting your efforts forward and you shouldn't be. You're also going to be seeing how you're burning yourself out. And Leo, what I get is that you're going to be very bent out of shape over having to stop doing certain things. And it's not, I don't get a health thing. I just get that it's too much for you to juggle. And what's even funny is that even with me saying you need to put down some of these things, you're still going to have a whole basket full of stuff that you're going to be dabbling in. So I wouldn't look at any of these things that you have to put a pause on, or that you walk away from, or that you cut your cords of attachment from as an L. It just creates more space for you to work on the things that you need to give more of your energy to, okay? I might also get that mental health is going to be a big focus for you over the next 6 months, but not, I was going to say not so much in a bad way, but I am picking up Leo. I was going to say Libra. Any Leos that are closely involved with Libras, because that came out. And that could be romantically, that could be in family, that could be in work or in your friendships. There's a prominent Libra in your life over the next 6 months. They could be the trigger, or they could be bringing up some triggers regarding that relationship, whatever it may be. And you might have to take a little bit of a break from them. That's an interesting message. This is general, but I do speak to the specific ones when I get them. For whoever that resonates with, therapy or counseling, like a group session, will do you some, I'm not going to say might, will do you some good, but I do get that you will get pushback from that Libra. That's all I got on that. Going back to what I was saying about mental health, this is going to be a time where you're really focused on your mental health. Like I said, I don't sugarcoat my messages, and I don't like to speak to messages like that, but there could be somebody around you that is really dealing with a bad bout of depression or anxiety. And for some of you Libras, it could be you. You do have a lunar eclipse here, which does point to needing to heal, needing to release. But because of those other messages, I feel like it might be somebody that you're closely related to as well. Not related like through your blood, but like just closely associated with. To the point to where mental health becomes one of your more prominent causes. It may not be at the forefront for you right now, but over the course of the next 6 months, it may become more important to you. I'm getting like, this is very specific for Leo, getting like charity vibes, like you might be signing up to volunteer for mental health events, or like getting really big into like sharing mental health content on your social media, or like actually working in the mental health field, if that makes sense, because that would make sense. But like that's what I'm picking up on it. And I'm gonna stop reading for Leo there, because y'all are getting a lot of messages, too much for this little general read. So if you want a personal eclipse reading, you can book one with me, because like like I said, Leo, you be having a lot going on, and that is very much how that energy came out in that spread. So if you want to know a little bit more, you can book a personal reading with me. Okay, Leo, we're going to do Virgo, and then I'm taking a break and eating some lunch. What am I going to eat for lunch? Y'all had a sandwich last week, and fun fact about me, I don't really like sandwiches like that. And I know that sounds weird, but like I'm just not a sandwich person. I'll eat a burger, but like if I go to like a deli place, I'm dead ass like, do y'all have quesadillas? Do you have a wrap? Do you have a burrito? I don't really like sandwiches. But I was working a gig last week and I went to Sprouts and they have like a hot sandwich. So I don't know if it's a hot sandwich section, but I asked the dude if he could make my sandwich hot and he was like, yeah. So I got this sandwich. I wish I remember what it was called, but I know what's in it. So the next time I go back to Sprouts, I'm going to get me one of them sandwiches. But it was so good. I took it home. I didn't eat it there. I took it home and I, added a little bit more cheese. I added, hooked it up a little bit, added some more lettuce. And that sandwich was so good. And that is what I have a taste for. But I am not about to go deal with Sprouts today. But like, just know I'm thinking about that sandwich. Okay, Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. If you are just, I don't think I have a lot of people in here, but if you're just now popping in, I have done Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and Leo. I'm going to do Virgo, and then I'm going to take a break, and I'll come back in and do the other signs shortly. And we are reading for this Aries new moon and eclipse, which is really going to cover, new moons typically cover about 4 weeks, but since we're also talking about an eclipse, we're looking at the next 6 months, just getting some insight into the overall theme, general energies for people with these placements, okay? Oh, you know what? I think I did not tell y'all this at the beginning, but I also have a 420 special going on through the end of the weekend. You can get a mini reading for $4.20, or you can get a 4-card detailed pull for $20. And those are in the same space where you book all my other readings, but they will only be available through Sunday. So if you want a 420 spread, and it's not specific to weed, like ask me whatever and I'll pull the cards for it. But because 420 is one of my favorite holidays, I said I will give y'all a sale for 420 because why not? We folks are happy folks. So I gave y'all a sale, which was me just being high. I was like, ooh. What can I do with SunshinehazeCo on 420? How about y'all want a reading for $4.20? So that's the deal. Okay, Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. For this Aries eclipse season, you've got Mars and you've got the 8 of voices, the 8 of swords. What I get for some of you guys, I got 2 like different messages and they're very specific. Before I forget them and then I'll go into them. One has something to do with like leaving, moving, walking away from something. The other has something to do with speaking up, or they could have something to do with each other. They could all go in the same situation. If I'm gonna read it like that, there could be somewhere that something that you're in, something foundational, I get for sure, that weighs heavy on your mind. I don't necessarily get that it's like, oh, it's such a hurtful thing, but I do get that you logically, for you guys are Virgos, things have to make sense for you. What I'm picking up is that there's some stuff that's just not making sense to you in your life, and it could be causing some strife. Bars, hire me as your ghostwriter. Could be causing some stress or some strife in your life, and it's getting you to the point to where you're like really considering if you even need to continue being involved in that. I don't know if it's romantic. It could be, I'm getting pulled more toward the heart space. So give you guys a little insight into how I read. When I'm speaking to like what area of life it resonates with, sometimes because my messages come in at different times in different ways. If it's regarding love, I'll start to feel heavy on my heart. Or if it's like something with your feelings, I'll feel heavy. Like my heart will start not to hurt, but it'll start to feel heavy. If it has something to do with like perspective, something like my ears will pop or like my eyes will start blurring or whatever. When it has to do with career or something tangible or money, my hands start tingling. So I got heart energy and hand energy. So this could be involving a romantic relationship. This could also be involving a career. And what I pick up with that, Virgo, is a sense of comfort and a sense of stability. I get that for you. You're very comfortable in the space, but the space might not make sense for you anymore. I mean, it's not to say that it didn't make sense for you at one point in time. Remember that we go through cycles in life. So something that worked for you 3-4 years ago worked for you 3-4 years ago. We're now in 2023, and maybe that just doesn't work anymore. Maybe your perspective, maybe your desires, your goals have changed. Not maybe, they have. Hopefully they have. And I hope you've been doing some sort of, you know, something over the past 4 years where things have been progressing. So there's a message of falling out of alignment with something here, but remaining in it. And just a sidebar, when you remain in stuff that you have already gotten your gains from is when it starts to go left, and those gains start to turn into L's. So Virgo, if you're in a career space and it's like, this is not what I want to do anymore, but I'm gonna keep doing it because I'm making the money that I need to make, that it's not gonna keep working out for you. You're gonna start to hold resentment not only toward your career but toward yourself for keeping yourself in it. And I can speak, let me tell you something, I can speak to that, you guys. I started working when I was 14 in customer service. I went to school for writing TV scripts and for mass communication and marketing. I made more money as a server, as a bud tender, as a retail worker. So I stayed in the retail field up until I was, or the customer service field. I worked for an airline too. That was my last customer service job for real. Up until I was 28, maybe 29, no, 28. And at that point, after finally deciding to walk away, I had a lot of resentment toward them damn jobs, one, of course, and then toward myself, to where it was like, girl, you didn't want to do none of this. This is not where your skill set is in. And you really stayed in these spaces because they were paying you money. And then looking back, you're like, they wasn't paying me enough or nothing to do anything with it. So Virgo, take my advice. If that's the energy you got for your career space, trust the process, bet on yourself, and walk away from that shit. I'm sorry. I'm not ever going to be the person to tell you need to keep your job. I am definitely a fuck that job type of person. I will always and forever be that way. You know, if you're not in alignment with it anymore, walk away from it. If we're speaking to a relationship and you have a comfort, which is more so a codependency, when there's not love left in there anymore, not romantic love, not positive, progressive love left in a relationship anymore, it's not comfort, it's codependency. So, you know, if you're in a space to where you're codependent, because we're not gonna sugarcoat it, where you're codependent and you're only in the relationship because you're so used to it and you know how things work, walk away from it. It might feel like an L, but listen, your heart and your head is gonna feel better after you remove yourself from situations that you were not supposed to be in. So the next 6 months, this Aries eclipse for people with these Virgo placements is really all about, you know, having the courage, speaking to Mars, and to make the moves, speaking to Mars, to line up, speaking to Mars instinct, to line up with what is meant for you at this point in your life. Because right now you're in situations that you're no longer in alignment with. And that is what I'm picking up for you. If you like, that was real. I just feel a little winded after that one. If you want some more insight on that, book a personal eclipse reading with me. All that information is on through the link in my page. Okay. So I'm going to wrap there. We did Aries through Virgo. I will come back and do Libra through Pisces after I eat some lunch. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will catch y'all in a little bit. If you missed your sign, this will be up on YouTube by sometime tonight, okay?